What's up, everybody? It's your favorite starving musician, Jackie Jordan, back with another video. And goddamn, y'all, I have been working super incredibly hard to bring y'all these videos so that we can document everything that's going on in this hip-hop civil war. And y'all, I hate to be the one to bear bad news, but I think we can officially declare a winner. As much as it hurts me to say this, all of my fellow Drake stans out there, it looks like we gotta hold that big L this time. I prayed that I didn't see this day. But unfortunately, as I sit here with you now, I've come to tell you that Kendrick Lamar really is the Candyman. For those of you who don't know, last night around 12 a.m., Drake came and he dropped Family Matters, his response to Kendrick's 616 in LA. Now, approximately 30 minutes after releasing his response to Kendrick released another record called Meet the Grams. And y'all, it was absolutely surgical. I don't know what else I can say. It was just surgical. Incredible display of lyricism, creativity, spice. He definitely came with the tea. He was attacking Drake from all angles. Unfortunately, I cannot play you all the records. Drake's record is 7 minutes long, but it's already on streaming. Kendrick's is already on YouTube. So I'm not trying to get a copyright for playing the music or anything like that. But if you guys are listening to this video, I think it's safe to assume that you've already heard the record for yourself and you've already got an opinion on it. And maybe you're listening to reaction videos to kind of validate what it is that you think that you experience while listening to the record. I made a video reacting to Drake's response to Kendrick. And in that response, I said that I felt as if Drake kind of missed an opportunity because although he did drop a huge bombshell by saying that Kendrick Lamar beats his wife, although that was a big bombshell, I thought it was kind of a poor delivery because when you look at the context of the full record, I said that him responding to Metro, Future, Ross, and A$AP Rocky, I believe that that was the wrong time to do that because what's happening is Kendrick is coming at Drake from all different sorts of angles. And he's dedicated. His pen is dedicated strictly to Drake. And by Drake kind of taking his attention off of Kendrick, he allowed Kendrick to come up with that haymaker and put him right down on the canvas. And prior to tonight, or I guess last night or this morning, it's been back-to-back records. But prior to all of this happening, I felt that it was still a pretty close battle. Like I said before, I believe that Push-Ups was better than Euphoria. So I would give Drake the up for that. I believe that 616 in LA is better than Tailor Made Freestyle. So I give Kendrick the one up for that. So if we're scoring it record by record, I had it 1-1 until Drake came at midnight and he dropped his Family Matters diss. And although I believe it was a good song, I believe that the diss itself was a lot stronger than what Push-Ups was. I just think the mere fact that if he didn't give us 7 minutes rapping at Kendrick, he only gave us maybe 3 minutes total rapping at Kendrick. And the remaining 4 minutes he spent rapping at these artists who I deem to be irrelevant in this battle. They're all talented artists. You can't take anything away from them. But they aren't on the level of a Drake and a Kendrick. So I think it's fair to say that the mass of people who are tuned into this epic feud were not looking for that Ross reply. We're not looking for that Weekend reply, that Rocky reply, that Metro reply. We weren't looking for that right now. We are all focused and locked in on the battle between Kendrick and Drake. And I just think by him adding that little nugget in there saying Kendrick beats his wife, he also said that one of his kids is allegedly from Dave Free, which I believe is Kendrick's manager or something like that. Again, like, all of those are bombshells. But to put it at the end of a diss going at these other artists who it doesn't really matter. Like, we don't really care about that. And we were all waiting for a response to hear what he had to say in response to 616 in LA when Kendrick dropped that bomb early yesterday morning. We were all still feeling the effects of that. So for him to respond, I'm happy that he responded, but you could tell that some of the bars in that response track were old. Maybe they're a few weeks old, maybe they're a few days old, but they're not in response to 616 in LA. But that goes back to another theory when I was saying that people on the internet were theorizing that Drake, there was a rumor floating around that he would be dropping yesterday. Unfortunately, Kendrick beat him to the punch. And when he beat him to the punch, he came with a bow, haymaker right in the mouth. Now, Drake was still up. He didn't put Drake out by 616 in LA by no means. But it was a nice bow, pop in the mouth. And we wanted to hear a response to that. Drake chose to put out what I believe to be an old record, although there were certain bars in there that were directly a response to Euphoria. You could tell that he's been in the studio within the last 72 hours in order to get that record out to us. But unfortunately, it just happened at the wrong time. And I thought maybe he was trying to step on Kendrick's release in 616 in LA by dropping Family Matters. But little did he know Kendrick was already prepared for it. Kendrick jumped out of there with another bow, haymaker right in the mouth with Meet the Grams. Which I gotta say to y'all, Kendrick, man, I know I've given Kendrick a lot of flack over the years, and let me address that now. The only and number one issue that I've had with Kendrick is when he dropped Control and he went at every single rapper in the industry. There were some of those artists that responded, but he never responded to those artists, right? He just kind of ignored it. He dropped the bomb and then he walked out the back door, right? So then, being that the big wigs like a Drake or a J. Cole, being that these guys didn't jump out of there with a response at that time, it allowed for the legend of Kendrick Lamar to grow to such a point that he was viewed as this boogeyman who everyone was afraid of to say his name. And for years and years and years, I had to listen to Kendrick fans talking about how nobody wants to go bar for bar with Kendrick and how he's the best and all of this type of stuff. And me, being an MC myself, I'm very competitive and I'm a student of the game. I'm a fan of it. So when people are saying this guy is the best, don't nobody want it with him, I'm like, well, these artists that dissed him, he never responded to them, right? Y'all say he's the best, but I can name a couple of MCs who I think are better, right? So the main issue I had with Kendrick is that people were saying how great he is as a battle rapper when he had never actually been in a battle. And the reason why I was so heavily invested in this feud is because now it's an opportunity for him to prove, all of the people who were saying how great he is, to prove those people right and to prove all the naysayers like myself wrong. And boy, did he do it. Again, an absolute masterful showing. This was a masterclass in rap beef. I'm talking about the entire strategy and what he did by first of all, he didn't respond right away to Drake. Because when Drake dropped push-ups, it leaked first, obviously, but when he dropped push-ups, the entire fucking world was on fire. Everybody was talking about, oh my God, how you big stepping with a size 7 on. Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some joints. Like, people were going crazy when push-ups dropped. So Kendrick Lamar, being the inexperienced one in terms of rap battles, he could have easily jumped out there in the heat of the moment and left himself vulnerable to whatever it was that Drake had planned. Kendrick said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to sit back. We're going to take our time. We're going to stack ammo so that when we come, we're going to set the world on fire. And although I think at this point it's quite evident that the main reason why he didn't drop earlier was because of Taylor Swift dropping her album and everything like that. But we're not going to hold that against him too much, because even Drake himself said if it was him, he'd do the same thing. But I believe that kind of threw off Drake's strategy. And in the suspense of waiting for Kendrick to reply, he jumped out there with the second record called Tailor Made Freestyle. Now, when Drake did this, I was saying to myself, I just had a weird feeling that Drake was going to come back to back. Because the way he was talking on push-ups, he was talking like he was very confident. He was ready for the smoke. And everybody was saying that he wasn't going to respond. That's why I was holding it down from day one, saying, I know my favorite rapper, he's going to respond. I know he's going to respond. It's just a matter of when. And I just had this weird feeling that he was going to drop back to back. Now, where Drake messed up with dropping Tailor Made Freestyle is that he was joking around when he did it. Tailor Made was never supposed to be a diss song. Bear with me. It wasn't supposed to be a diss song as much as it was supposed to be an audio meme. Something to kind of troll Kendrick and to apply pressure on him to come out and start rapping. But again, by using AI, not being able to release the record officially, not being able to put it on streaming, not even able to really claim ownership of the record, because you're using the likeness of the late great Tupac Shakur and also Snoop Dogg, who obviously didn't sign off on his likeness being used in that manner. So just from doing that alone, it kind of put Drake at a disadvantage, because now you done already hopped out there with 2 records. One is really good. The other one is okay, but we gave you the brownie points for being creative. But when Kendrick came and he dropped Euphoria, a lot of us were expecting that haymaker. Kendrick was very strategic in saying, no, we just going to keep it light. We going to keep it playful. I'm going to send him a warning shot. I'm going to allow him to back off of this ledge. I'm going to give him a shot to take back whatever it is that he's planning on saying. And by him doing that, I gave Drake the upper hand in that round, because like I said before, Euphoria, Kendrick is basically repeating what we all already know. Drake uses ghostwriters, right? They say he's gotten fake abs, BBL Drizzy, like Ross tries to say, just all sorts of stuff that other people done said, things that Push said, things that The Weeknd said. He was just taking everything that all of these other rappers had already said in their diss towards Drake, and he basically just put them in his own words. I can't give you credit for that because, dog, we've already heard that. And if you're supposed to be the best rapper, if you're supposed to be the candy man, I expect more from you. So I gave Drake the advantage in push-ups over Euphoria. Now, Drake was rumored to be dropping yesterday. Apparently, his record didn't come out soon enough because when Kendrick and them got word of it, they jumped ahead and he dropped, BOW, the haymaker, when he dropped 616 in LA. And then not only that, but doing it in such a strategic way to where every single thing has meaning, and the entire angle from let's play a game, let's play Have You Ever, like this nigga is setting this entire beef up like he's Jigsaw. Like Kendrick, when this nigga said that, have you ever thought that OVO was working for me? This nigga was on some Luke, I am your father type shit. Like, really, just mentally, this nigga Kendrick is on a different fucking level with this shit. And Drake, this is where I think he made the fatal mistake. He could have given that record time to breathe. And even if the plan was to try to step on Kendrick's release, he should have cooked up something. He should have made a different song. If he has another record, he should have put that one out. I wouldn't have put this record out. The Family Matters jump. I wouldn't have put that out because you are taking your attention off of this man who has a fucking bazooka pointed at your head. And you worrying about these other fucking irrelevant ass niggas who ain't even on your fucking level. You don't even have to address them. Like, in push-ups, I gave Drake the one up because he has 20 niggas going against him at once. So I gave you that grace. The world gave you that grace in round one because you had so many different people attacking you from so many different angles. How can you possibly respond to them all? So you did it in a masterful way. Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga. Metro just deserved one bar. And in my opinion, them other niggas didn't even deserve as much clout as you gave them in the first fucking record. You shouldn't have said their name at all. But if you was going to say their fucking name, one bar can fit all. Your first number one, I'll put that shit in your hands. Every song that made it on the charts you got from Drizzy. That's a one size fit all. We get all you niggas out the paint. I made all of you niggas. And yes, I'm getting loud because yes, I'm fucking pissed off at this shit, man. We down. We look bad out here. And it's all about strategy. Now, then you double down on this Family Matters record, and now you giving these niggas even more shine. I think A$AP Rocky alone, I counted it, he gave A$AP Rocky 8 fucking bars. A$AP Rocky doesn't even fucking rap. What the fuck he getting 8 bars for? The nigga ain't been in the studio in fucking 12 years. What the fuck we care about Rocky right now? Then you talking about Ross. Bro, you done already gave us the Officer Ricky line. Did we need 4 or more? I don't think so. I don't think we needed that. Right now, I'm not mad at the nigga for saying, okay, these are people who I thought was my friends. These are people who I helped out in this industry. I helped them out with their careers. I'm not faulting the man for feeling some type of way. I'm not faulting the man for wanting to respond. But you are in the mid of a battle, bro. You in mid-battle. What the fuck are you worrying about these irrelevant ass artists who can't lace your fucking boots on their best day? Maybe that speaks to the insecurity. Kendrick talks about. I don't know. But just by him responding to those other artists and taking the amount of time to do so, this really came off as weak. And even when you drop the big bombshell that, oh my God, Kendrick beats on his wife and maybe he has a child that isn't his. Bro, if you would have put that shit, if you would have put that line right there in a red button type record, if you would have put that line right there in a timestamp type record, we're having a completely different conversation right now. But being that you dropped that record right when you dropped it, apparently not anticipating the fact that Kendrick is already ready to go with the next one. In my opinion, Kendrick got at least another record like the Meet the Grams. He got another one of those in the tuck. Maybe even 2. Maybe even 3. Because you're looking at all of these different angles that he was attacking Drake from. He can double down on each and every one of those lines if he wanted to. Because some of the things he was saying in those records were critiques that I have of him, that a lot of people have of Drake. Right? And even in his Family Matters diss, some of the things that he said about Kendrick, bro, you could have gave us 7 minutes of that. You could have gave us 7 minutes of Kendrick beating his wife. You could have gave us 7 minutes of Kendrick not growing the money tree in LA. You could have gave us 7 minutes of Baby Keem putting pen to the sheets for Kendrick. You could have gave us 7 minutes on some of the shit that you said in this record. Bro, put that 7 minutes, put that same energy into this nigga with a fucking bazooka hanged at your head, bro. And now look at you. Motherfucking pow, haymaker. You down on the motherfucking canvas. And quite frankly, as a Drake fan, I don't know if he can get up. I said when Push-Ups dropped that Push-Ups was what I believe to be 70% of what Drake's capable of. On the track he released last night, Family Matters, I would say maybe that's 80% of what Drake's capable of. There's still another level Drake can take it to. This is my favorite artist, bro. I've been listening to Drake since 2009. I'm very well versed in his catalog. I know what he's capable of. He can rap with the best of them. Prior to last night, it was still a close battle in my opinion. If Drake would have dropped directly after Kendrick dropped Euphoria, and he would have hit him with the fucking haymaker, this would be a completely different battle right now. So Drake has the talent to compete with Kendrick. He may not be as skillful as a lyricist as Kendrick. He might not be a creative thinker like Kendrick is. But he's still extremely talented in what he does. And he's the best at what he does. The same way Kendrick is the best at what he does. But the difference between Kendrick and Drake is that Kendrick has a mole in the inside of Drake's camp. Yeah. He said it on 616 in LA. Have you ever thought that OVO was working for me? And then he broke it down. And then on top of that, if you look at the cover arts for both of his diss tracks, 616 in LA and Meet the Grams, the internet is saying, this hasn't been confirmed, but they are saying that these pictures came from the inside of Drake's home. Apparently, whoever this mole is that's inside of Drake's camp borrowed a few items from Drake's room, including prescription pills and receipts for these pills and things of this nature, took a picture of them for Kendrick to use in his fucking diss song. You can't tell me this shit wasn't planned out very, very carefully by Metro, Future, Kendrick, and anybody else you want to fucking throw about it. Because even though these are the only artists that are coming forth to team against Drake, I can guarantee you it's a fucking truckload of them in the back, cheering and clapping for the demise of the great Aubrey Graham. And in my opinion, man, it's fucked up, man. I hate to see it happen this way, but in one way, I'm happy it happened this way and not the other way. Because in this industry, whenever people are ready for you to go away, a lot of times it's a higher and bigger hand that can put some things in motion that'll completely dead your career. Whether that be some allegation to completely take you out of any fucking consideration for any legacy prize, they'll give you the R. Kelly treatment. They'll give you the Michael Jackson treatment. It's going to be some allegation that's going to come along that is going to change the way that you are viewed in the court of public opinion. And then on the other hand, you got when they actually come and silence you. When they actually take your life in one way, shape, or form. Rather it's a murder in cold blood, or it can be a murder by other means. They can set it up to make it look like an accident. But the point being, whenever people in power in the industry are ready for somebody to go away, they are usually successful in that attempt. I think it's very clear that a lot of people in the industry are ready for Drake to go away. I'm happy that it was initiated by Kendrick and Metro and Future and some of these other people, and not someone who is a lot more powerful, if you know what I mean. Because it'll be a different result. Now, although I'm saying that this battle is over, Drake can still come back and redeem himself. Is it likely? I don't really think so, because now Kendrick he's already up 2. That's not even counting fucking, what's the record? Like that. That's not even counting like that. Which, at this point, is a huge record in the history of all of this. So, at this point, Kendrick is already up. Now, I didn't even really dive too much into the things that he said in Meet the Grams. Again, I'm pretty sure most of you listening to this have already heard the record. Y'all know what the man said. In my opinion, I don't really... If Kendrick doesn't come with receipts, if he doesn't have any facts to back up these claims, to me, it's ineffective in the way in which you're not going to end Drake's career just off of hearsay or off of innuendo or rumors. You need hard, concrete evidence if the goal is to eliminate him. If Kendrick doesn't have any receipts to prove some of the claims that he's accusing Drake of, for example, saying the man has another daughter. How the fuck can you put a child on a man if you ain't got no fucking copy or no birth certificate signed by Drake as the father, if you ain't gotten your hands on no DNA test? How the fuck can you, with 100% confidence, put a child on somebody? Again, when we're talking about salacious and people who just want to hear something spicy on the internet, people don't really fucking care about the truth, right? in between 2015 and 2017, I was in heavy conflict with a number of local artists in rap battles. And something that I've learned from battle rap is that people don't care about the truth nearly as much as they care about the lie if the lie is more entertaining. So there was a particular battle that some people might say that I lost because I was too focused on trying to expose the truth about someone when the other person was more consumed with making a good record and spreading lies. And I realized that on the internet, people care a lot more about the lie if the lie is more entertaining. So even though I don't feel like I lost that battle, I'll happily take that L because I had to learn that. I had to go through it to learn that in the heat of rap battle, people don't care about the truth half as much as they care about the lie if the lie is more entertaining. So Kendrick can win the battle by saying that Drake likes young girls, by saying that Drake has another kid, by saying all of these claims that he made against Drake. He can win the battle by saying that because it's going to be plenty of fans who are just going to go along with anything he says. There are plenty of artists and people who just want to see Drake fail and get knocked off. There are plenty of people who are hot behind the narrative with the sole purpose of getting Drake out of the paint, stepping over the idea of Kendrick actually beating his wife, stepping over the idea of there being any truth to the claims that Kendrick is making against Drake. People will happily do that in order to see Drake take a L. Right? So Kendrick can 100% win this battle. He doesn't have to do anything else. Because in my opinion, it's pretty much wrapped up now. You know, it's done with. Kendrick doesn't have to do anything else. Like I said, masterful performance. Incredible display of his talent. But you can't win a war against Drake with lies. You're not going to end his career off of lies. You got to have some kind of facts to back it up. But anyways, that's pretty much my opinion on all of this. Like I said, it's not over yet because Drake, I have enough respect for Drake to where I know there's still another level he can take it. The only thing is, I just don't know what he can say. It seems like he done already spent all of his bullets. He don't have any more bullets left in the chamber, as it appears. Maybe he has something, something else planned. But whatever it is, I'll tell you this. It has to drop today. And it has to be the haymaker that puts Kendrick lights out. Whatever diss Drake has, it has to be so strong that it doesn't matter whatever Kendrick says after that. It's over with. And he has to drop it today. If he doesn't drop it today, unfortunately, a lot of the lies, or maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but a lot of the things the narratives that Kendrick put out there, they're going to spread like wildfire. And it's going to be almost impossible for Drake to come back from it. So, Drake, if you listening, if you out there, man, if you got that shit, bro, drop that shit ASAP. And it better be the one. If not, I think we can chalk this one up as a win in the category for Kendrick. That being said, as a hip-hop fan, I am very satisfied. This last month and a half has been a dream come true. It's been well over a decade in the making. This has really taken me back to my teenage years, being in high school and having debates with my friends, which is why I've been so passionate about all of this. But I'm very happy, just for two artists who claim to be the best, having enough fucking balls to step in that arena and say, okay, the battle is on. And at the end of the day, we all know that in battle, most of the time, the better man wins. And it's looking like Kendrick will be the better man at the end of all of this. And hats off to Kendrick, man. I would definitely say he's gained a new level of my respect. I've always been a fan of him. I've always admired him. But I was just waiting for him to step up and prove why it is people say that he's the best. And he's done that. So much love and respect for Kendrick. Much love and respect for Drake. This doesn't change the way I view Drake. I don't feel like Drake let me down. Because Drake, he definitely came, he rapped, he definitely showed up. He wasn't hiding, he wasn't ducking no smoke. Unfortunately, one little misstep proved to be a dire mistake, you know. And that's just how this thing goes. So I still got a lot of respect and admiration for Drake. But that's speaking right now, May 4th, 2024, with the claims that Kendrick has put out there. If there's some type of factual information to back up the claims that Kendrick is making, I'm going to have to take a different look at the person who is Aubrey Graham. But I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I don't really believe what Kendrick's saying. But like I said, it doesn't have to be true for Kendrick to win this battle. It has to be true for him to win the war. So we'll see how this all plays out. And I'll be here to cover it whenever we get more news about this, even though my therapist might advise against it, because I get very passionate when I'm talking about topics such as this, and it might not be the best for my mental health, but I'm doing it because I'm passionate about hip-hop, and doing this YouTube content creation thing, I've discovered a new passion for it. I got a write-up at my job today for having headphones, so that was just another reason of why I don't want to be fucking working for someone for the rest of my life, because I really don't do well with authority figures. And I'm not going to stop bringing my headphones to work. I don't really give a fuck what they say or how many times they write me up. I'm not going to stop. So that's just another reason why I do what I do. That's another reason why I bring you all these videos and I make the music that I make for you all, because I'm extremely passionate about this sport that we all love called hip-hop. And I'm going to keep going pedal to the floor, and hopefully you all are there with me throughout this journey. I want to appreciate and show my love to all of the people out there who are taking the time to listen to these videos. A lot of you are only tuning in because I'm covering this Drake-Kendrick feud. Hopefully you all stick around. You know, still many great things to come on a short podcast with Jackie Jordan and the new Jackie Jordan platform. And again, stay tuned, y'all. But as always, it's your boy Jackie Jordan. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the like button. Leave a comment, y'all. Let me know, do y'all think it's over? What do y'all think about the Drake record? What do y'all think about the Kendrick record? Do y'all think that, you know, it goes on from here? Let me know in the comments. But take this time to like this video. Click the subscribe button for our channel. Click the bell next to it so you get a notification every time I drop a video. Until then, y'all be blessed and peace out.